Hello everyone. In the journey towards to find the best definition for being successful, I have found two different definitions. Each definitions contain three different qualities and factors. The first definition is saying about being settled down, have a good job security and handsome package. The second definition where it is contradicting to the first one and saying the factors are good health, happiness and peace. So in the dilemma to finalize which one is the best definition, I got a book to help me in this by title as Kiss That Frog, authored by Tracy and Christina Stein. When we are looking at the context of the book, it's not defining any proper definition for being successful, whereas it is saying us how to handle our successful life that we are already enjoying and living in, how to add value to it. When we are talking about the authors, Tracy, he is the current chairman of Tracy International, California. By profession, he is a mentor, speaker, influencer, and coach as well. He has an extensive experience on professional training and mentoring over 58 countries, 5 million people, over 5,000 workshops and training sessions. At the same time, Christina Stein is an influencer. She is a psychiatrist by profession. She got her bachelor's degree in arts and psychology from South California University. So they both shared their experience of being networked with multiple people addressing their personal and professional problem. So they got a gist of their learning in this particular book. So what I had gone through and what I understood, the summary, the review, the learning out of it, I am here in today's episode. I will share with you with my happiness. Coming back to the content of the book contains 143 plus pages, over 12 chapters. When we are dissecting those chapters to understand the context, the first 3 chapters is focusing on to understand your strength, identify your strongest factor, identify your weakest factor as well. Let's start the book with a small story. I hope you all will enjoy and looking forward to. Once upon a time, there was a handsome prince and a beautiful princess and a wicked witch. Wicked witch had cursed to the handsome prince to turn into a dirty and ugly frog. When the prince requested the witch to release him from his curse, the witch told, "You will only be out of this particular shape when one beautiful princess will kiss you on your lip." After that, days passes, years passes, and the condition was not that simple. But finally, the day has come. Once one beautiful princess was playing with her friends and she started to explore the nearby forest and nearby river as well. When she was spending some time at the nearby river, this frog had jumped out of that river and explained the whole life story that he had come across to the princess. Somehow, he convinced the princess to give her a beautiful kiss on his lips. At the same time, the princess was also in a search of a princely charming guy to get married with. So she convinced with the terms and conditions. She gave kiss on the frog's lip. Ultimately, the frog turned back into the handsome prince, and on the like the condition, the prince and the princess got married and they lived their life happily forever. So how this particular story is comprising align with the content of the book, that I'll tell you. Starting from the first 3 chapters, as you told, the first one, you need to identify, the author is saying, before moving to find your strength and weakness in the second and third chapter, the first chapter is all about to know and to aware of the 7 important facts that you are embedded in your DNA, in your mind, in your blood. The first one, you are the strongest person in the world in your respective area. You are important. You create your words. You have no limit. You have a great destiny to make. You are good excellent and awesome person in the world in comparison to the others. These 7 thought process will give you a push to move forward in finding your best active qualities that you are hiding inside you. The second and third chapter is speaking loudly to us to focus and identify the strength and weakness. Basically, to do a SWOT analysis on your strength and weakness, personal strength and weakness. So after finding your strength and weakness in the third and second chapter we got, how to handle with that. When we find the 4th to 9th chapter, the Brian and Christina beautifully explained. They had given 2 examples. Now I'm going to share with you all. How to find, how to handle, how to approach the problem and challenges that we're having. That means the mental negativeness, the negative emotions always hold us back. Overthinking always pulled us back. They don't let us go forward with our plan that we are having for our growth. So here Brian and Christina has given the beautiful 2 examples. The first one, according to the author, I hope you know about the art, the masterpiece, a marble masterpiece of France, named as David. I hope you all are aware of that. So David is nothing but a beautiful masterpiece by Michelangelo, the craftsman who had created that. So the secret behind this creation is when one person asked Michelangelo, we consider this marble architecture, this marble piece, which is named as the David, is nothing but a handsome man, which has been kept, this model has been kept at the museum at France. So what exactly you are thinking when you are creating it? In reply to that, Michelangelo mentioned, when I was creating this, was giving a shape to the raw marble rock, I had only one thing in my mind, to remove all the unwanted stuff that is there inside this particular rock. Isn't it so interesting? To give a very good shape to your mind, to a very good and very primitive and prominent output, a beautiful output to your doing, you need to only remove the negative thought process that you are having in your mind. That will make sure that you will definitely reach to your goal with a very successful path. Similar kind of example, in my previous workplace, I got to know about Dala horse, which is a symbol of Sweden. When a similar kind of question has been asked to the craftsman of that Dala horse, he got a similar kind of reply. The reply was, when we create a Dala horse, when we paint it, we don't think about the shape and size of it. We only remove the unwanted part which are not supposed to meant to be the Dala horse. Isn't it so similar kind of explanation from different part of the globe? I'm so happy that I'm sharing this concept by the book Kiss That Frog, where you will address and identify and accept your negativity, accept your weakness that is there inside you. And that is the first step towards your success without any hesitations, without any complications in your mind. Now coming back to the book, the chapters 4 to 9, in terms of frog and pond, very similar process they had given to clear our mind. They say, just remove the ugly frog, clean the pond, clean all the dirty things in the pond, make it out of it, give a proper shape to the frog and place it again and maintain it. Okay, 4 to 9 chapters is saying very detailed explanation to that. In mid of that, the interesting and the secret part is the tools and techniques. The 3 beautiful tools I like the most, which really will work everyone to give a good output and reach into the best successful career path or successful goal that you are having is the first one, the blue sky thinking. The second one, back from the future thinking. And the third one, the magic wand exercise. These 3 particular tools and techniques will help me a lot to recognize the scope of improvement in terms of handling the negative things and overthinking that I'm having. Believe me, I do have the overthinking action point and the negative thoughts as well, because I'm a human after all. But these tools, the magic wand exercise, the blue sky thinking, and the back from future thinking, help me a lot to fight against that. Now I will explain you the one technique that is called back from the future thinking. Now, each and every aspect, when we get tensed, you will find, if you do the root cause analysis, you will find we were ultimately being worried about the future thing. That is what's going to happen next. We have to come back from future tense to the present tense. We have to live in the present, in terms of we need to work in the present to live the future. So this is the key message that Brian and Christina is trying to convey, right? So these things had helped me a lot. To find your perfect day is another key concept in terms of finding the best successful path. It's a very funny example when there is a same question has been asked to both husband and wife, what your perfect day you are expecting to be look like. The husband replied, that would be a weekend where my wife will bring a bed tea for me and she will do all my household works and I'll be just sitting and watching TV and enjoying the day. When the same question has been asked, the same question to the wife replied the same answer. I want a bed tea where my husband will give it to me the weekend and he will do all the household works. So we are having the same kind of scope and expectation from both the side. To handle it, we have to be collaborate. We have to be discuss. If we'll create the hindrance between both of them without any proper communications, that is the one most important negative factors that will there in our mind, which will create, which will build again and again on the top of that, which will create a deck of tension behind that. Now, how to handle these particular issues that we're talking about, finding the best frog out of it and to handle it, right? The first thing, you need to experience from your past, experiment in your present to explore next. This is a beautiful concept that Brian and Christina has given to us. In terms of that, in the life journey, if you'll find the Brian, he found obstacles, negative emotions, but he tried and come across those negative thoughts. Now I will read few stuff that I like the most. The law of control, programming, be optimistic in your mind, power of thoughtfulness, law of substitutions, and reinterpretations. These are the key tools that we can use. Now let me tell you the law of substitutions. You need to have the plan B, plan C as well for your plan A, where if your plan A will fail, there you can address by the plan B and plan C. So that's called Brian's story, right? So if you'll ask me what I have learned from this story, I have learned 3 magic techniques and these 5 principles to handle my negative emotions, to come out of that particular zone and keep going with a zeal, with an activeness toward my successful path. Those are, I will repeat again, the magic wand exercise, the blue sky exercise, the back from future thinking, 3 magical points. The second one, the principles, programming optimistic, power of thoughtfulness, law of substitution and reinterpretations. With this, I will leave to you with a suspense to reveal those principles behind the magic wand, what exactly the secret behind the magic wand strategies and blue sky strategies. Along with that, this rest of the 4 principles. I would recommend the book titled Kiss That Frog very strongly for one's read. I am ending this session by quoting Daniel Goleman, who told, societies can be sunk by the weight of buried ugliness. But we need to come back with the positivity, with the strength by fighting against this ugliness. So I will come across with all this beautiful content and a book review in my next videos. Stay tuned. And listeners, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.